I appreciate all of you coming tonight. I'll ask McDavid Franks to lead us in invocation.
Our most kind and gracious Heavenly Father, as we come before thy throne this day, we're indeed grateful for sparing our lives until this time. We'd ask that you be with this council and the decisions that we make, they be right at thy side and right for the city. We'd ask that you be with our president, our leaders of this country, give them the wisdom that they need to lead us in the way that you would have us to go. We'd ask that you be with those who are in our community which are sick, those in the nursing home. We ask that you bring them back to their wanted places in life. Heavenly Father, we thank thee for those of our armed forces who are serving in foreign lands. We ask that you be with them, keep them safe from harm. We ask that you forgive us of any sins that we may have committed. This is our prayer in Jesus' name. Amen.
As they please pledge allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Recommendation to approve the minutes from last meeting. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you, Annette. Second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Thank you. Recommendation to approve Interceptor Public Safety Products bid for $64,160 for outfitting 10 police cars. At this time, I'd like to call on Chief Connor to explain what all this entails. And Chief, we're glad to have your lovely wife with us. Would you like to introduce her, please?
Well, this is my wife, June. Everyone's been wondering where she was at. Here she is.
The name.
Thank you.
Glad to be here.
I met her earlier, and I
Passes right
really
now.
enjoyed talking to you. Okay, Chief.
What works best? I'll be media friendly. Thank you. Any more questions? Forgot mine. These are notes for the council. These are notes for me, which are all scribbling. We had 4 bidders on the outfitting of the police cars for the 10 cars coming in. Public Safety Products generically beat the next highest or the next lowest bidder by about $13,000. So I think it's significant enough. They're the farthest away bidder, but I think $13,000 would allow for a lot of travel to get these cars equipped, even if there's warranty issues down the road. The biggest thing in doing the bids, my understanding before I got here, was police radios. They need to be compliant with what we're going to use in the future. No one bid a compliant radio with the needs in the future that are being mandated by the federal government, Homeland Security, which is a digital switchover and also what's called narrowbanding technology. So to get the proper radio, rather than start the bid over again, what I was recommending doing is just line iteming out the radios that were bid on all of the bidders so that no one had an unfair advantage. And then we went out and talked to, did some research as to who might have the best source for radios and pricing and everything. We found out where the sheriff's department's buying their radios from and contacted them. We got a pretty good price on them for that radio. The radio retails at $1,800. We found a place that will sell those for $1,105 plus shipping, so I included about $1,175 of these bids. So the award for public safety products without the radios comes to about $50,110. To separately purchase the police radios for the cars, $11,750, based on $1,175 each. And then shotgun racks. We were budgeted to get some weapons for the cars and to replace them out, basically some worn-out weapons, to make sure the department can function and do its mission even in the worst of times. But these weapons need to be secured in the vehicles, so we included $230 for each rack for 10 racks total. And if we buy the radios from the vendor in Arizona that has them shipped out there, that would be $11,750 that we would do with that individual company. Or possibly Public Safety Products may purchase them and just bill us for those as just a separate line item, just a separate add-on item, which my understanding is still below the bid requirement law. My concern was make sure it didn't give an unfair advantage to anyone, so we did the same radio pricing for all three of the other vendors to make sure it was even across the board. So the total for Public Safety Products, the $50,110 plus the radios, $11,750 plus $2,300 for the shotgun racks, comes to $64,160. I know it's a lot of that we swap things around, but again, to keep a fair advantage, so that no one had a fair disadvantage, we made sure that we not only did that, but also in the equipment that we had to have for the right equipment, we looked out for the best source of pricing.
Okay. If you would explain a little more about the radio. If we bought radios
If we buy
that
the
would
radios
not
now,
switch over,
even if we use the radios we have now, right now the radios are being sent in an analog format. They're going to be mandated in the next couple of years by the federal government, the FCC, Department of Homeland Security, even the State Department of Homeland Security, to go digital. This is to allow interoperability between departments in times of emergency. To make that switch over, first of all, the radio has to be capable of being sending a digital signal. It also has to have what's called narrowbanding technology. Right now, if a radio is on frequency 1, 2, 3, which is just an arbitrary number, but narrowbanding means that they have to be able to split the 1 to like 1 in 1/12, 1 in 1/16, and splitting up multiple times where digitalizing them allows more radio frequencies in one bandwidth. So it's without increasing the spectrum of frequencies that police departments use. It just increases the volume that can be used within that spectrum. To be P25 compliant, which is a provision that the federal government has mandated, I'm not sure what P25 is as far as whether it's a paragraph in their rules or whatever, but everyone's calling P25 compliant. I guess an example would be if we're both doing math, we both know 2 plus 2 is 4, but if we're both doing it in one language, and I'm capable of speaking another language, I start speaking that other language, you're not, we can no longer communicate. The radios that were bid were generically around $700 each. The correct radios are $1,175 each. The radios that were bid, they do send a digital signal, they are narrowband capable, but they're not P25 compliant, meaning when everyone migrates to P25 in a couple of years, that this radio won't migrate. We'd have to buy new radios again, which is going to cost the city another probably $17,000 at that point to buy the correct radios, plus having already bought the wrong radios. The vendors have already included antennas, installation, coax, all of the peripheral things that we need to make the radios work, whichever one we buy. So it's in the city's financial interest right now to go ahead and upgrade to the right radio now. Since the Sheriff's Department does all of our dispatch, they're already buying these radios. It's the same radio that they buy, so that guarantees that we're going to be compatible with what they're using in the future.
okay. This figure of 64,160, that gets the car ready to put in service.
That's putting it on the street, yes, sir.
Okay. Any council member have questions?
Well, I guess I want to know that we're not going over the amount that was given me by Rector on the cars plus to equipment. Do you know what that figure was?
I don't know what figure he told me.
Okay, because I'm not sure that we're not going over this figure.
I believe that is correct. See, while Rector was interim chief, we already entered into a deal to buy the cars.
Yes.
So I think that's a firm
Well,
agreement.
and I know there was equipment on those cars,
Yeah.
and then we found out the radios would have to be replaced, you know, if we went ahead and bought that equipment. So we've upgraded our equipment, which stands to reason that this figure that I have would be correct, but I just wanted to make sure.
Well,
Jan, did you talk to Rector about it?
I don't know the original figures. I know the cars, again, generically $23,000 each,
I think.
times 10, $230,000. I think I heard that there was someone was talking the number 250 for equipping them, to equip 10 police cars.
Well,
That
one of the
would be enough
things
right
that
there.
has happened to us too is that, we were bidding on 2010 models, and now we're
That's-
bidding on 2000.
Well, and that's important to point out. We
Cars.
bought 2011 cars all around. The
Yeah.
first 3 times this bid was sent
Is
out.
that right, April?
Yeah, okay, we're fine. Any other comment? Thank you, Chief. Do I have a motion on the equipment?
I'll make that motion.
Second,
I see.
all in favor? Okay, thank you. Recommendation to discontinue funding of Hamilton Chamber of Commerce. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second,
I'll second.
all in favor? Thank you. Recommendation to accept low bid for a zero-turn commercial lawnmower from Marion County Co-op for $5,399. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Second,
I'll second it.
all in favor? Thank you. As a announcement I want to make now, so I won't forget it. There'll be a public hearing on May the 16th at 5 o'clock at Hamilton City Hall for the council to entertain recommendations from the Planning Commission that concern maybe rezoning certain parcels of land. And we'll try to get that notice out soon so that everybody will have an opportunity to know about it. But that will again be on May the 16th at 5 p.m.
And this is land that I believe the individuals have already met with the Planning Commission on, and the Planning Commission has heard their request, and now we're required to have a public hearing. So if you have a request and you're involved in this, you might want to be here for this
I would
meeting.
strongly recommend that they be here. Recommendation to approve borrowing an additional $44,280 from People's Trust Bank for 10 new police cars and outfitting of cars. Original loan amount requested was $251,000, and the total cost, including outfitting the cars, will be $295,280. That included the previous recommendation on the 64 to 160. People's Trust gave us they bid. We asked all the banks to bid, and they gave us an interest of 2.89 with a fee of $165, and our annual payment will be $64,254. And I believe the first payment is due next year. Okay.
5-year payout.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
Before I make that motion, if any of you banks are listening to this, this was bid probably November last year.
Mm-hmm.
So the rate still was, the same rate that they gave us then. So we didn't have to go back and rebid it.
Okay, thank you, Nick. Do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second,
I'm second.
all in favor? Thank you. We gave a public notice on requesting bids for used vehicles. That's kind of an understatement when I say used. Some of the motors are out of them. It's just a skeleton. But anyway, Kenneth Ritchie was the only one who bid, and he bought 4 vehicles for a price of $1,773. Do I have a motion to accept that? Thank you, April. All in second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Recommendation to donate $1,000 to the Hamilton Chamber of Commerce for Merchants Appreciation Day in May. Do anyone want to comment on that?
Yeah, I'm gonna make a comment. We just voted to discontinue the funding, and the funding was $1,000 a month that we've been giving the chamber. But I think that, council has decided we are going to help on an as-needed basis rather than what we've been doing. So,
Good point.
I just wanted to explain that to the chamber members that might be listening, Rich, or to you. So I make a motion that we donate $1,000 for the merchants.
Okay. Second? Thank you, April. All in favor? Recommendation to reappoint Tim Holcomb for another term on the Citizen Police Review Board. His new term would expire in April of 12. Do I have a motion?
I make that motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, this time we'll hear from the guest. Scott, you wanna come up?
Got a flyer up there about our Customer Appreciation Day. We moved this to Saturday, May 7th, from 9 a.m. in the morning till 10 p.m. at night in downtown. Last year I had over 80 businesses here in Hamilton, and everybody knows how hard it is to get over 40 or 50 to do anything together at one time, but this seems to be a thing that our community's embracing, and the main thing I'm here tonight for is to thank y'all for helping with it as always, and to invite everyone in Hamilton out to this. And this will be Saturday, May 7th, and what we're introduced back into this year is our Hamilton Bucks promotion. This sign right here will be found in all participating businesses who are sponsors. And you'll have a registration box there. When you register, you must be present to win downtown Saturday, May 7th. Well, we will start at 12 noon, and from 12 noon till 7 p.m. that night, we can give $100 each hour away to a winner that's present, whose name is drawn. And Hamilton Bucks, which is fake money that can be spent in all participating businesses just like real money. And we've got most businesses here in town on board. You'll be able to buy gas, groceries, get your hair cut, any kind of, shopping that you would need here in town. You'll be able to use it in there just like real money. And then at 8 o'clock that night, we're going to give one person away $250 in Hamilton Bucks. And then our grand finale will be at 9 o'clock. We're going to give one person away $500 in Hamilton Bucks that they can spend here in town. And one thing downtown, from 11 to 2 that day, we do free hamburgers, hot dogs. We have drinks all day. We're going to have free popcorn, all kinds of kids rides, cotton candy, that sort of stuff. And it's just a good family-oriented event. And I asked everyone to come down, actually bring your families, bring your lawn chairs, and remember to, when you see the sign on the door, to register, go in and register for the Hamilton Bucks. It's just like real money that you can spend here in town. And we'll be giving away all day, that day of the event downtown. And I'd just like to thank all the businesses here in town that sponsored this also.
Are y'all doing entertainment again this year?
Yeah, we've got
That was really good.
we've got probably about 10 to 12 acts that'll be performing. And that's one thing all day. Come out and bring your lawn chairs, listen to all the great music. We've got a lot of talent in this area, and there's a lot of it coming down. Tim Cannon is a resident here, lives up in the Shoals now, and he's coming down to do a set. Joseph Baldwin will play. And then my band, Handshake Promise, will play, and we've got Jimmy Gilmore's band, Rearview, is playing, and there's Gospel Act coming, and lots of other local talent stuff coming. It'll be a good day of good clean fun and downtown. And remember the free food and drinks, and everything's free down there. Just come in and enjoy the atmosphere.
The kids' rides are new this year.
And we had kids rides last year too. We're just going to do a little more to it this year.
Well, Richard, didn't you just serve lunch last year, or
Yeah, we done it during the we done it to 11 to 3, I think.
is that what you're gonna do?
Yes,
this
that's what
year?
we're planning. Now, last year we just done hot dogs, and we're planning on that, and we're going to do hamburgers and hot dogs this year. But we have.
You can put me down to work somewhere.
Well, thank you. That's another thing too. Any of our volunteers in the city who would like to help, I sure need your help. It's been overwhelming here the last week or so, and anybody's helping. I just hope everyone would come down, enjoy it, and have a chance to win this money also.
Richard, we really appreciate you heading this up and the long hours you put into it. And I hope it'll be as successful this year as it was last year. And I think, like I went last year, I think everybody had a great time.
Appreciate it.
And I think it helped the merchants with their
Yeah, we
sales.
had good days, we had a good time downtown, with sales was really good. And one thing, all the businesses all over town that are in on this are going to be running sales. I've asked all of them to put stuff outside, You know, we've got businesses all that, you know, from Buddy Hatch Barbecue to, you know, one end of town to the other places that'll be involved in. We'll have stuff outside, retail businesses, marked down prices, you know, just running a bunch of sales and stuff that day also. Thank y'all.
Thank you. We were glad to try to help you make
Appreciate
it
it.
successful. Mike?
Wanted to take just a minute to give you a quick update on the Hampton House project, let you know kind of what's going on. We have now several, 6 or 7 committees in place and functioning, doing different things, fundraising, publicity, that kind of stuff. But the main thing I wanted to mention tonight is we're planning an open house event on Sunday afternoon, May the 1st. And what we want to do is encourage people in the community to come by, see the house as it is right now, see what needs doing, and hopefully recognize the potential there and help us out. We already have a couple of the ladies clubs who are already kicking off fundraising efforts to help us with the project. So we've had representatives from most of the different clubs at some of our meetings, and we're trying to encourage participation from all the other clubs to have us out. It's going to be a long project probably, so I'm asking you guys to be patient with us, but the wheels are in motion now, and hopefully it won't be too long.
How did the inspection turn out? I know you had the house inspected.
And we did. Roger Carr did an inspection, and that's what one of our committees is looking at his report and coming up with a kind of a to-do list of the most critical things that need to be done and prioritizing those. And so hopefully within the next month or two we'll maybe get going on some of those things.
Good.
Any more questions?
Any questions for Mike from the audience?
Everybody, please come to the open house. Anybody that can. It'll be from 2 to 4 in the afternoon on Sunday, May the 1st.
I saw you had a.
The house is directly across from the Methodist Church.
Oh,
Yes.
you're restoring it.
Yes.
How are you coming along on it?
Well, we're not. We're just getting started.
Okay.
Just getting started.
Mike, I noticed a sign.
Yes.
Yeah,
I wanted to mention that too. We do have a sign in place up there now. We purchased from McDonald Signs in Ewing, and we also have a billboard going up, hopefully down in the Walmart area. Donated billboard space and donated money to pay for the production cost of that billboard. So,
Excuse me, but did somebody think to take a picture before and then after? When it's finished?
picture of the house?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so the picture's already been taken
Yes.
before?
Yes. We've got some pictures, but you're welcome to take more if you so choose.
Inside too?
Love to have you too.
Can I go in and take what it is now inside?
Sure.
When is it open?
By appointment, right
By
now.
appointment.
Or if you want to come by the day of our open house, you'll be welcome to take some pictures that day.
Thank you.
Several of the students had pictures made us made there for the prom. I saw some of them. They were so good.
Any questions?
We appreciate it.
Thank
We're
you.
looking forward to seeing the finished product.
I am too.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you, the rest of your group, committee, on our behalf, please. Anyone else have any comment, question? If not, we stand adjourned.
I'll make that motion.
Well, I didn't need to.
Who made the motion?
April said yes. April made the motion, McDavid seconded.
Well, I get ready.